Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now. I am a self-proclaimed software junkie. I have hundreds, if not thousands, of binaries for Windows. I definitely have that many, if not more, for Mac OS X. I've got how many apps installed on my iPhone and my iPad. I love software, and I don't think that's ever going to change. It's one of the reasons why I started doing what I started to do with LockerGnome.com way back in 1990, a long time ago. We had a question that was asked in the community: should software be cheaper? It's an interesting question, and I think with the rise of the App Store, specifically the iTunes App Store in conjunction with iOS devices, the iPod Touch, iPhone, and iPad, we've kind of grown accustomed to getting really good software for not a lot of money. So, I can get an app that could do as much as a $10 app could do, but only spend $1 on it. And that's kind of nice. I gotta admit, the frugal side of me, I know Matt will appreciate that, really likes not spending as much money as I may need to spend. I mean, this is one of the reasons why I'm constantly looking for coupons and savings. If I'm going to spend the money anyway, I would rather save the money so that I could buy more things. So I don't think in any, different terms than you might. I mean, if you had a chance, would I buy this for $10 or $1? And it's the same thing. You'd probably choose the dollar option. But should software be cheaper? I don't know if I'd say it should be cheaper, but I think that inevitably it will be cheaper. Because now we have how many development tools out there. It's easier and easier to create something out of nothing. And I've seen half of y'all in the audience. You're like probably half my age, and you're doing far more with developing software than I ever could or ever did. So we're going to have more developers creating programs, software, apps, whatever you want to call them, utilities, tools, for all of these platforms. And with more being created, that will actually drive down the cost of software. So all of this expensive software that we've been accustomed to buying on a regular basis, I'm not going to name any names, suddenly its value in our mind, in our eyes, is going to be diminished. Because we can do the same thing these days with another utility for far less money if we're spending money at all. So should software be cheaper? I don't know if that's a question I care to answer, because that's like saying you should only get paid so much for the work that you put into something. That's unfair, really. That's like telling you and your job and your career, you should only be paid this much when you believe you should be paid this much. Well, the nice thing is you can say, I want to be paid this much for my software, but if no one buys, well, then you either have to lower it, or you kind of get out of the game, or you change things up to make sure that you get paid to do what you do. Should software be cheaper? I'd like it to be. Will it be cheaper? Yes, that is the bottom line. Software will actually start decreasing in terms of its price, especially these huge monolithic packages that we've been used to spending so much money on. It's the law of supply and demand, right? If there are a ton of utilities that allow you to type into a window and that's it, well, the value of those utilities is not going to be all that high. Even with strong branding behind it, the market share is inevitably going to slip. Versus just a few utilities that do things very, very well, and those are the only utilities in existence that do the things that they do, those will be worth a lot more and vicariously likely cost you a lot more at the same time. Should software be cheaper? That's up to the person or team creating the software in general. Will it? Yep, I believe so. My email address is chris@pirillo.com. Feel free to drop me a line, your favorite software, or what you think on this particular topic. You can leave a comment in YouTube. We're reading them all, believe it or not. We're also wading through comments on chris.pirillo.com. That's my blog. LockerGnome.com, network for tech content. Been doing that for a long time. And then we've also got the chat room. It's part of the live video feed. I don't know if you've ever seen me tweet it out, like from @ChrisPirillo. That's my handle on Twitter. I say, hey, we're going to do some videos here now. Although I didn't do that this morning. So if you're watching the live video feed now, you're lucky. Or not, depending on how much you enjoyed this video. Find me on Facebook. Find me on MySpace. Still, I'm the only one there. Okay, you want the chat room? Fine. We're geeking out 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at live.pirillo.com. We'll see you later.